बुद्ध गगन के तारे, परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
समर्थ बनाओ,
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ, बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, 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 गीता परिवार हमारा।
सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति जगे।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी। बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर। जय कपीसति लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा। अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी। कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा। कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे। कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन। तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर। राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया। राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा। विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे। रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए। श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई। तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे। अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा। नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते। कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा। राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना। लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु। लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि। जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते। सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे। होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना। तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे। तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे। महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा। जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे। मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा। तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे। सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है। प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे। असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता। असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा। सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे। जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई। जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई। हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा। जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई। कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई। छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा। होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरिचेरा। कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन। मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित। हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna. A warm welcome to all of you. Let's all bow down to our Gurus. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. A warm welcome to all the sadhakas who have joined us for the second interpretation session of Chapter 4, Jnana Karma Sannyasi Yoga, the Yoga of Knowledge in Action, on this beautiful day of Akshay Tritiya. Akshay rahe sukh aapka, Akshay rahe dhan aapka, Akshay rahe prem aapka, Akshay rahe swasth aapka, Akshay rahe rishta hamara. अक्षय तृतीया की आपको और आपके संपूर्ण परिवार को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं. All the best wishes to you and your family on this beautiful day of Akshay Tritiya. Now, the yoga of knowledge in action. Bhagavan had revealed this knowledge to Sun God, which got lost by the passage of time and again revealed to Arjuna in this chapter. Let's start the session with prayer. Prayer is considered to be an integral part of our culture, and it's an expression of our devotion. And today, Shreyas Ashok Kumar Suleji from Ambarnath, Maharashtra, is going to recite the Arambha Prarthana. He's a marketing manager and is a social activist. Bhaiya joined Geeta Parivar in October 2022 and is learning in L3 and doing seva as technical assistant. He loves reading and meeting people. Let's invoke the blessings of Lord Krishna. Shreyas Bhaiya, please.
Vasudeva Sutam Devam Hamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnau Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnau Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, Bhaiya, for that melodious prayer. Now it's time for Deepa Prajwalan. Shubham karoti kalyanam, arogyam dhana sampada, shatru buddhi vinashaya, Deepa jyotir namostuti. That means I bow down to the light of the lamp, which brings wellness, health, and prosperity and destroys enemies and bad thoughts. I bow down again and again to the light. Today, Abhilasha Kaneji from Indore is going to do the honors. Didi is a teacher with interest in reading and music. Abhilasha Didi joined Geeta Parivar in 2021 and is doing seva as trainer in L1 and L2. Didi, please.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदा नुमः.
Thank you, Didi, for a devotional and beautiful Deepa Prajwalan. I would like to inform all the participants that you may ask questions once the session is over. Raise your hands only after the session is over, please. Now it's time for the most anticipated part of this session. Our speaker for the day is Vikas Vaidya ji from Pune. He owns a small IT company. He has been and he's a trainer of trainers. And as you know, he has been reciting all 18 chapters of Geeta daily for the last 5 years. Bhaiya is a trainer for L1 to L4 and trainer's trainer for all levels. By now, you all know Bhaiya well, and so I'm not going in detail. Over to you, Vikas Bhaiya.
Jai Shri Krishna. Vasudeva Sudan Devam Kaunsachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Param Pujya Swami Ji ke charan kamalon mein koti-koti naman. We are studying Adhyaya 4th. Last time we covered slok up to 10th. 10th sloka was Vitaragabhaya Krodha Manmaya Mamupashritaha Bahavo Jnana Tapasa Uta Madbhava Magataha. So Krishna had said that Vitaragabhaya Krodha, those who have relinquished their attachment, fear and anger and have taken refuge under me, many such Jnana Tapasa Puta, they have attained my state of being, Madbhava Magataha. So they have agataha, they have attained my state of being madbhava. Now further, today's first sloka 11. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tans tathaiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashah. Ye. So pronoun in Sanskrita, ye means all who, mam to me, prapadyante. Prapadyante is to surrender. Bhajami. Give them refuge, reward. Vartma, parth. Anuvartate. Anuvartante, to follow. Manusha, of course, all human beings. Sarvashaha, in all respects. So Lord says here, Paramatma says that Ye yathamam prapadyante tansadaiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manusha partha sarvashaha. Devotees who surrender to me, I reward to them in the same way as they approach and surrender me. What exactly does it mean? We'll see it. So everyone ultimately follows my path in all respects. Mama vartmanu vartante manusha partha sarvashaha. Everyone ultimately follows my path in all respects. Now, here Lord says all those who invoke it, who invoke me in whichever way, I reciprocate accordingly. I reciprocate accordingly. So the wise follow my path in all respects. This is what Krishna is saying in this sloka. So Lord says that my chitta is like a pristine mirror. My chitta is like a pristine mirror which literally reflects whatsoever and whosoever come in front of it. Whatever image, whatever object we take in front of mirror, the mirror shows the same. So Lord says, Krishna says, I am like a mirror. My chitta is like a mirror. No one is either special or ordinary to me. If Shri Krishna is a friend to one who adulates the Lord as a friend, like Arjuna did, so Krishna is a friend to him. But if someone looks at Krishna as an enemy and who remembers his as enemy, then Krishna is his enemy. But on his own, Krishna is neither a friend nor a foe nor an enemy. For that is the state of being where there is no attachment, no anger and no fear. Vitaraga bhaya krodha, that is that madbhava. That was the state of being of Paramatma. So when Paramatma himself is Vitaraga bhaya krodha, how he can have special attachment, affinity for someone and hatred for someone? There is no Vita. I mean, this is strictly followed by Paramatma himself. Vitaraga bhaya krodha. If there is an attachment, then someone is your friend. Attachment means he is your friend. And if there is some anger, then someone is your enemy. Isn't it? So thus, naturally, when there is no attachment and no anger, then there is no friend and no enemy. Vitaraga bhaya krodha. Paramatma himself says, See, Vaishnavites, that means the worshippers of Lord Vishnu, they believe that even those who were killed at the hands of Krishna, they also attained the heavenly abode. Because getting killed at the hands of Krishna, so-called enemies of Krishna they deliberately harbored animosity towards Lord, for they knew that they would also be liberated if they are killed by Krishna. This was the belief. The same is true for Ravana. He knew very well who Rama was. In the daytime, he would openly express and demonstrate his animosity towards Rama and hatred towards him. But at the night, in the privacy of his quarters, he would pray, "Oh Rama, when will you come? When will you come?" He deliberately chose to be Rama's adversary, for he knew that it was a quicker way of getting liberated. Because you remember your foes, your enemies, with a greater intensity than you remember your friends. This happens with us also. You send invitation to all your relatives, friends, request their attendance for a marriage ceremony at your home. But at the time of function, instead of focusing on those who have turned up for the function, you keep on remembering those who did not come up, who did not accept your invitation, and who did not turn up. Either you will be worried for them, or you will get angry. But either way, your mind will keep drifting towards those who are absent, neglecting those who are present. This is the nature of mind. It keeps missing those who are not there at the moment, and thus ends up missing those who are present. Who do you remember more? Those who respect you or those who insult you? The one who fights with you, humiliates you, causes you anger, you never rest in peace until you have taken your revenge on that person. And sometimes that is the intensity of animosity and hatred that even after the death of the body, people remember this. The spirit lingers. This is what is believed. How much you believe is a different issue. But some people believe in this kind of things. That even after that, the spirit lingers on plotting to harm those who had harmed him when his body was alive. There are some buildings we see on TV also sometimes, where such spirits, they abide. And if someone who is not an evolved, advanced seeker, if he enters that haunted building, then it is likely that the spirit will use that person's body as a tool to fulfill his desires. You see this in movies. I don't know how much it happens in reality, but there are some people who believe in this strongly. So there are places, tamasic place, rajasic place, sattvic place. Temples are supposed to be sattvic place. But spirits, they abide in tamasic places. Who or what the spirits are? This is the question that may come to our mind. What is spirit? So spirits are conventionally what we call as ghosts. It is believed that they are those jivas whose subtle bodies have not got gross bodies as yet. They are still waiting for their gross bodies. And the reason why they have not obtained a gross body is because their attachment to their previous gross body is not yet broken fully. So this was some besides the point, but this is the way some people believe. Now, animosity and hatred, some even opt to become spirits after the death of their body. Krishna says, although I reciprocate whatever and whosoever, anyone remembers me just like a mirror reflects whatsoever that comes in front of the mirror. I'm like a mirror, pristine mirror. Whatever comes in front of it, in reality, so no one is a friend and no one is a foe. If you come as a friend, I'm your friend. If you come as a foe, I'm your foe. As simple as that. If a beautiful face were to get reflected by a mirror, that is not going to make the mirror ecstatic, will it? Mirror is nirlipta. No bhavana, no sentiment, no attachment, no hatred. And neither will the mirror be upset if an ugly face were to stand in front of the mirror. Definitely not. The mirror has nothing to do with what it reflects. It is detached. And neither will the mirror remember any image. It will not keep missing or longing for some pretty face which it had reflected earlier. Does it? Never. All that mirror does is honestly and precisely reflect back whatsoever that comes in front of mirror with no biases, no attachments, no prejudices, and no aversions. The Lord Krishna says, I am like that mirror. You come to me as a friend, I am your friend. Dasharatha considered Rama as his son. Rama politely accepted to be his son. Arjuna considers Krishna as his friend. Krishna politely accepts him as his friend. So whatever relation you want to establish with Paramatma, Paramatma is open for that. You have to decide what relationship you want to have with God. He is readily acceptable. He readily accepts whatever relationship you expect him to do. So all that mirror does is honestly and precisely reflecting back whatever it comes out in front of it. So I'm just like a mirror, Paramatma says. If a devotee comes, I reflect back their devotion. And if someone comes with sentiments of animosity, then I reflect back the animosity to them. But in effect, neither do I love nor do I hate anyone. As you want to see me, so you will see me. But the fact is that I am empty, like the sky, like the mirror. It's said that Shri Krishna's wives, the gopis, would keep thinking he loved them the most. Once it happened that Rukmini, she asked Krishna whether he loved her more than Satyabhama. Shri Krishna replied, I seem however people want to see me. I just reflect other sentiments back to them. So the one who loves me deeply, I just reflect it back. So if Satyabhama loves me deeply, I reflect it back. Reward their love with equal intensity. There is no love for me as such, for there is no hatred from me either. And I follow like a mirror. So let us remember this example of a mirror. Paramatma is like a mirror. Paramatma accepts whatever relationship you want to have with him. Okay, we go to next sloka now. Kangshanda karmanam siddhai yajanda iha devataha kshipram himanushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. Kangshan. Kangshan means desire, akanksha, desire. Karmana, all the actions. Siddhi. Siddhi is the reward, return of your karma. Yajante, to worship. Devata, of course, demigods, deities. Kshipram. Kshipram is quickly. Manushe loke, this human world. Siddhi, success, returns. Karmaja, from the action. So Lord says, those who are desirous of getting returns, rewards of their karmas, their actions, they worship different demigods and deities. Because in this human world, one can quickly obtain the rewards of his karma. What does it mean? Lord says, in this world, those who have the desires for success in sakam karma, they do karmas with some kind of expectation of return and reward. They worship deities and demigods, and their desires do get fulfilled soon. Kshipram. Kshipram is soon by doing so. So, are the deities and demigods different than Paramatma? Yes, they are. Gods are many, Paramatma is only one. Demigods, deities are many, Paramatma is only one. And we are discussing about Paramatma. So by worshipping these demigods and deities, soon enough you will receive the boon from these deities or demigods. This is because they want you to worship them, to remember them, and that is why they grant your wishes very soon. Kshipram. On the contrary, Krishna says, Krishna means, this is not the Krishna who is sitting in front of Arjuna. This is the Krishna at cosmic level. Nirgun Nirakar Krishna, Krishna Tattva, Krishna consciousness. as a Parabrahma. So he says, those who worship me means the boundless supreme Parabrahma, not Krishna sitting in front of Arjuna. They don't receive any fruits of their actions. That is, the one who has relinquished the desire for attaining any fruits, only such a person will love and be devoted to Krishna. Those who have desire still in their mind, they don't worship Krishna, they go to other deities, they go to other demigods. For what such a person who wants something in return of his love, when he has already given up his desires, his expectations, his fruits of actions, karma phala, if he has relinquished all these, then what does he want from Krishna? Nothing. So Krishna loves to have some such devotees who have relinquished vitaraga bhaya krodha. If you say, oh Lord Krishna, I love you so much, I have been devoted to you for such a long time, but what have you done to me? What have you given to me? This means that we have not really loved Krishna. We want only his blessings, his krupa, his prasad. We don't want Krishna. That is the meaning. Because the very basis of love is having no desires. When you do not expect anything in return, that is the love. It is love and not some business transaction that you do this and I do that. This is not a sort of filmy dialogue. People actually make this statement so very often in life. Oh God, I have observed so many austerities for you, how many chants, how many japas, how many fasts I have done. And despite that, what you have given to me, they will fight with God like this. You have killed my father. You have made my mother sick. You have made me go bankrupt. What is the use of worshipping you? Those who worship God because they seek some fruits, some karma phala, some reward from Paramatma, fulfillment of some desires, they ought to know that their worship is too tamasic. This is tamasic, not a sattvic devotion. The Lord says that if you worship with the demigods and deities, your desires will get fulfilled sooner. That is the reason people continue to do so. Moreover, it is not only the deities, but the sometimes demonic powers also, who grant boons swiftly. Some people believe in this experiment. How much you believe, I don't know. But in my childhood, we have experimented this. And there was some such sensation which we could experience. I don't remember now whether it was real or whether it was the mind game. Some people make a group of 3 or 4 people, and in the night, after midnight, holding each other's hands in a room, they pray to the spirit that if there is any spirit in this room, it should give the evidence of its existence in some way or the other. This is the experiment people make. This is called blanket. It is likely that you will get an answer on the first night itself. If not, they say by 3rd night, you will definitely get some answer. This is because the house where you live, there are other beings residing there. Maybe, of course, in the subtle form, not in the physical form, but in the subtle form. You cannot see them. They too are not inclined to form any relationship with you. But if you call upon them, they may return your call sometimes. Moreover, the demonic powers will answer back sooner by giving a proof of their existence, say by knocking the door or the window. But the Lord here says that if you keep worshipping me, you will not get any answer. Deities, demigods will respond to you. I will not. Because I have nothing to do with those who are embroiled in attachment and aversion. I respond to only those who have vitaraga bhaya krodha. Those who seek something or the other, who want fulfillment of some desires or the other, they can go to worshipping other deities and demigods. I have no problem, please. But those who want nothing, who have no desires, no expectations, they can come to me. And what will they gain? They will get moksha. Other deities and demigods will not give you moksha, only Paramatma, Parabrahma, it can give you the moksha from this life of birth and death. other demigods will fulfill your kamanas, desires, so that you live on this earth more happily, peacefully. But the death will not release you of your bondage. Paramatma says, choice is yours. You go to demigods and deities, or you come to me. You decide. Okay, we go to next shloka now. Chaturvarnyam maya srutang gunakarma vibhagashaha tasya kartaram apimam vidya kartaram avyayam. Chaturvarnyam. We know Chaturvarna. So 4 divisions of human society. Which 4 divisions? Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Maya, by me. Srishtam. Srishtam is created. Guna. Guna is quality. Karma is action. Vibhagashaha, by the division. Kartara, doer. Vidhi, to know, get to know. Akartara is a non-doer. So Paramatma says, according to the 3 modes of nature, Sattva, Rajotamo. Prakriti is 3 gunatmak, so it has 3 gunas, Sattva, Rajotamo. According to 3 modes of Prakriti, Sattva, Rajotamo, and the work associated with them, these 3 gunas, 4 divisions of human societies are created by me. Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer. I am created, but I am the non-doer. Being imperishable and unchangeable. So I am a non-doer. What does it all mean? Lord says, the 4 divisions of society were created by me in accordance with their gunas and karmas, not based on their birth. Guna karma vibhagashaha, not janma vibhagashaha. So your birth does not decide according to Lord Krishna whether you are a Brahmin, a Kshatriya, Shudra or Vaishya. Your birth does not decide. Your guna and your karma decide. A Brahmin, as we discussed some time back, a Brahmin fellow joining army, he no more remains a Brahmin. He becomes a Kshatriya because his guna and karma will be of Kshatriya then. If he is facing the enemy and if he says, oh, I am Brahmin, I believe in non-violence, I don't want to kill you, then okay, then get killed. You have joined army, so you are a Kshatriya now. You are no more a Brahmin. Guna karma vibhagashaha, not janma. You may be born as a Brahmin in a Brahmin family. That doesn't qualify you to become a Brahmin. That doesn't qualify you to become a Kshatriya or Vaishya or Shudra. Your gunas and your karmas will decide what you are. The Lord says, though I am the creator of the system, you should know that I am the undoer. I am the non-doer. So the 4 divisions of Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra were created by me. But let us remember once again that this me is not the Krishna sitting in front of Arjuna. It is the Parabrahma, not the individual Krishna sitting in front of Arjuna. It is the Sri Krishna as a Parabrahma who is saying this now. In Geeta, both these references come and we have to understand it by the context, whether Krishna is talking as an individual or he is talking as a Parabrahma. In this case, he is talking as a Parabrahma. All these are created by me. So in effect, he is saying that although I am the creator, know that I am the non-doer. Although this whole creation is my handiwork, yet I am not the doer, says Krishna. First of all, this Chaturvarnya Maya Sruttam Guna Karma Vibhagashaha, let us remove the doubt from our mind that Geeta has made division in the society. People blame Geeta has made division in our society and it has created this kind of rift among people. This is rubbish. Paramatma, who believes strongly in Samatma Yoga Uchyate, Samata, 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 equanimity, equanimity, how will he differentiate between people? Will he? It is based on guna and karmas, not based on janma. Every country has this kind of system. Every country, you take any country, every country has defense forces, they are all Kshatriya. Every country has, say for a Christian country, if you take, they have people involved in church services and Bible services, they are all Brahmins. People who are conducting businesses, they are all Vaishyas. And people who are offering services, they are all Shudras. We have named them, that's all. That's the only thing. Otherwise, every country, every society has these divisions. Work-related division, not birth-related division. So, Lord says that though I am the doer of this, but consider me as the non-doer. Now, what does it mean exactly? It may look like a paradox, but actually it is not. I am not the doer. The actions are simply happening through me. That is what Lord Krishna says. It is like, poetry is expressed by the poet. And some impromptu things come out of his mind, from his mouth, about which he has never even thought. The action is just happening through him. When Rabindranath Tagore was asked about his famous piece of work, Gitanjali, he replied, Gitanjali happened to me. I didn't write it. Gitanjali happened to me. I did not write it. I was just fortunate to have been the medium of its expression, as anybody else could have been. But I was fortunate enough that I became the medium of expression of Gitanjali. The poetry arose in my heart in a moment, and my fingers simply jotted it down on the piece of paper. That's all I did. I didn't write it. So it is happening through me. Lord says the same thing. Same is true for, and that is true for any sort of creative artist. You take the case of a singer, musician, painter. He will also say you the same thing. Gadi Madugulkar, who wrote that Ramayana, very famous Ramayana. He also said this. I don't know what happened to me, but the word just started coming out from my hand, and I just started writing on a piece of paper. Only Shri Rama got it done from me. That was his belief. So actions are happening through me. I am not taking those actions. This is the belief of all the creative people. Lord Krishna is saying the same thing. This has happened through me. This has happened through me. Creation of Chaturvarnya. I didn't create it. I didn't create it. So although the 4 divisions of Brahman, Shudra, Vaishya, Kshatriya were created by me, I was, I am, and I will be the indestructible non-doer. I am a non-doer. It happened to me, fine. But as the painter, he paints and he says, I didn't really know, I didn't imagine what kind of painting I was going to make, but it happened to me. So this is what the difference is between doing something purposely and happening something to you. Next loka, 14th. Namang karmani limpanti name karma phale spruha iti mayo bhijanati karma bhirnasa badhyate. No, never, not. Mam, me, karmani, all kinds of action, all kind of work. Limpanti, limpanti is getting bondaged, entangled. Karma phala, we know karma phala, return the reward of your karmas. Spruha, spruha is your aspiration, your wish. Abhijanati, abhijanati is to know. Karma bhi, by the reaction of your karma. And badhyate, getting entangled. So what does it mean? Namang karman limpanti name karma phale spruha itimai yo abhijanati karma bhirnasa badhyate. Krishna is declaring now to Arjuna that there is no work that affects me, nor do I aspire for any of the work, nor do I have interest in any of the karma phala. Namang karmani limpanti name karma phale spruha. I do not aspire for any work, and no return reward of any karma, it interests me at all. One who understands this, one who understands itimayo abhijanati. Abhijanati is to understand, to know. One who understands this, that I am not bondaged by any karma, I have no sights on my karma phala. One who understands me like this, he also gets free from any entanglement of his karma, of his sakam karma. Now, what does it mean exactly? The Lord says, I have no desire. I have no interest in the fruits of action, of the karma. Hence, the actions do not bind me, do not entangle me. And the one who knows this, one who knows me in this fashion, in this way, he also never gets bondaged by his karmas. So merely knowing it, does it make you free from any bondage? No. Following it in your day-to-day behavior. Lord says, I don't do anything. Rather, the actions happen through me. So I'm not the doer. Then what can be the fruits of action which are not done by anyone? but which happened through someone. He is not the doer. See, every karma, every action, it bears a fruit. You sow a seed in the farm, it will grow. Without your wishing for it, it will grow. So every work has a consequence. And as per the karmic law, good or bad action, they bear the fruit of reward or punishment respectively. You do good work, you get a return, good reward. If you do bad work, you will get punishment. But there are some actions which cannot be labeled as actions per se. Nevertheless, they are still occurring. And this can be called as reflex actions. For example, blinking of your eyelids, breathing, or circulation of blood in your body. Brushing the teeth in the morning is an action. Is it a meritable action or a demerit action? Is it a papa karma or punya karma? Can you label it like that? See, these are happening despite you are not being aware of their occurrence. Blinking of eyelids happens without your knowing about it. There are many such actions occurring in the body, but do these actions per se bear any fruits? Blinking of eyelids, is it good or bad? Will it give you papa or punya? Can you label it like that? So, blinking of eyelids, is it a righteous action or a sinful act? Will it incur good karma or bad karma? Likewise, incoming and outgoing breath, it incurs merit or demerit. An ignorant person performs all the actions. On the contrary, actions happen through the enlightened Jnanis. There is a huge difference between the two. Actions performing purposely and actions happening through you. The fact is that it is not only the unrighteous karma that binds you, but even the virtuous karma puts you in the bondage. You do sattvic karma, and even sattvic karma put you under the bondage. 14th Adhyaya Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, you know it more details in that. How these gunas will bind you. Sattvic also binds you, so Rajasi of course, and Tamasi of course. But sattvic gunas also bind you. They also put you under bondage. The Jnani, the self-realized one person, he performs neither the virtuous act nor the sinful act. He performs neither the sattvic act nor the tamasic act. He is just a witness, a non-doer of all actions. When you are a non-doer, when you are only a witness, then no karmas will bind you. And that is the intention of becoming gunatit. We consider that if I do sattvic karma, then it is good for me. Yes, it is good in a way. It is good. But doing sattvic karma and minusing from that the return reward expectation is the expectation of Paramatma. That is what is expected out of us. So you do all good work without any expectations. Your all karma should become nishkam karma. Your all karma should become akarma. We'll discuss that akarma and all that in the next lokas. So this is what Paramatma says. Merit and demerit, sin and virtue. This karmic law is applicable only to those who are ignorant. For Jnanis, this law is not applicable because the enlightened one, they see beyond the law of karma because they are all non-doers. So the law of karmic law doesn't apply to them because they are non-doer. They are not doing karma anything by themselves. If you are the doer, then you are the bearer of consequences. That is understood. But if you are a non-doer, then how can you be the bearer of consequences? No. So imagine applying this karmic law to Lord Krishna now. Let us apply this karmic law to Lord Krishna. On the face of it, it will appear that though he committed so many sinful acts, don't get shocked. Yes, he killed so many demons by his own hands, including his own uncle, Kamsa. He killed him by his own hands. He killed his own nephew, Shishupal. Furthermore, in the war of Mahabharata also, most of the stalwart warriors from Kauravas, they got killed as a result of shrewd planning done by Lord Krishna. Whether it was Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, Karna, Duryodhan, all these people got killed because of shrewd planning of Lord Krishna. But then, Sri Krishna also appeared to perform so many virtuous acts. Merits and morality, showing merits and morality. For example, he did not take the throne of his uncle Kamsa after killing Kamsa. Rather, he gave it to his elders. He protects, shelters, nurtures, and comes to the help of umpteen number of people, including Pandavas, Draupadis, his fellow shepherds in Vrindavana, defending Mathura from attacks of demons, Mathura, and whatnot. So he came to the rescue of all people who approached him for his help. Now, if you see from the karmic viewpoint, Shri Krishna's acts would be a mixture of plenty of merit and demerit. Isn't it? The list that we have counted, it comes as per definition under merit and demerit. But, sorry to use bad words, we'll be fools if we really evaluate Krishna based on this. If we start calculating and tallying up the score sheet of Lord Krishna's merits and demerits, then we are big fools. Why? Because neither was he desirous of any fruits of actions, nor did he in actuality do any actions. Actions simply happened through him, and at all times he remained a detached witness. Sri Krishna says, I was, I am, and I will always be the non-doer, the detached witness. He adds, although the action of creation of this universe has happened through me, there is no bondage of merit or demerit for me. And the one who realizes this, who experiences this, he will attain my state of being. That means this particular shloka, Namang karmani limpanti name karma phalespra itimayo bhijanati karma bhinna sapadyate, is applicable to us also. If we perform our karmas with no spruha of karma phala, then we also become Namang karmani limpanti. This is not the exclusive right of Lord Krishna only. Lord Krishna says it is open offer for you also. You can also follow me. And those who follow this, they also don't get bondage by their karma. Karma bhinna sabadyate. They don't get bondage by their karmas. 15th shloka. Evai jnatva kritam karma purvairapi mumukshubhihi kuru karmaiva tasmatvam purvai purvatarang kritam. So, evam, thus, knowing, jnatva is knowing, all, kritam is getting performed. Mumukshubhihi. Mumukshu is person who is desirous of getting moksha, is mumukshu. So mumukshubhi, who attains salvation, liberation, moksha. Kuru, just do it, just perform it. Tasmat, therefore, that's why. Purvataram, in the older times, ancient times, Kritam, as performed, as done. So Lord says, Evai jnatma kritam karma, purvairapi mumukshubhi, kuru karmaiva tasmatvam, purvai purvatarang kritam. All the liberated souls who have attained moksha in ancient times, Purvataram, they acted with this understanding of my spiritual, transcendental nature. Which one? Which was explained in the earlier shloka, Namang karmana limpanti name karma phalespra. Therefore, you should also perform your duty following the footsteps of your predecessors. The Lord says, having known this, liberated beings, even in the ancient times, continued to perform actions, but in the same fashion, Namang karmani limpanti name karma phalespra. Therefore, following their footsteps, you should also perform your karma in the same way. See, the Lord says that I am telling you now, it is not something new. All the enlightened beings preceding me had performed this karma in the similar fashion to what I have been telling you. Name karma phale spruha, name karma phale spruha, name karma phale spruha. This is the golden rule. So if you want to follow a tradition, then follow the tradition set by the enlightened beings and do all your actions without any doership, without being any doer. So the Lord is saying that we should learn this art of living wherein the actions happen through us and we are not the doer. And the action should be competent and perfect, full of perfection and excellence. But the crucial point is never to harbor any feeling that you are the doer, you are doing it. Ultimately, what are you? Nothing. If you see at the level of body, then it is a mere compilation of 5 elements, Pancha Mahabhuta. And at mind level also, we are a very small, insignificant part of the macrocosmic mind. But if you see from the level of Atma, then you are what the Parabrahma is. So at Atma level, yes, you are very big. But at body and mind level, you are too small, insignificant. That means seeing oneself as being the distinct entity at the level of body and mind is of no worth. Because we are nothing. If we consider ourselves as a body and mind, then we are insignificant. We are nothing. But if we see at the level of Atma, then yes, then we are big, then we are Brahma. For the death will snap away the body in a moment, no matter how wealthy and powerful you are. If you are saying that I am the body and the mind, the death will take away body one day. Everybody's body is taken away by the death one day or the other. It is said that the Sikandar, that means the Alexander the Great, when he fell fatally ill, he was about to die. He was so desperate to cling to his life that he pledged to give away all his kingdom to the one who could save his life. That was the desperation. But is there any treatment for the death? You are powerless at the level of body and mind. Let us understand it very clearly. We are powerless at the level of body and mind. And although we can attain some power at the mental level, but you are still powerless. But at the level of Atma, at the level of your soul, Jivatma, there is no question of doing anything. Because you are, you were, and you will be detached as a witness, the non-doer. So consider yourself not as a body or mind, consider yourself as a Atma and remain a non-doer. Then the question of bondage doesn't come at all. Then whether the body gets destroyed after death, it doesn't matter at all. Because you are still a non-doer. Your Atma is a non-doer. Thus what is there to be done? What can you do? As a body or mind, we can do nothing. Just remember this and enjoy the life. If it brings happiness to you, be happy. If it brings tears to you, be happy in that case also. Remain detached. That is the golden rule. Paramatma says remain detached, remain a non-doer. See, if Krishna has won so many wars, he had lost also some battles. That's why in fact, in one of the battles, he ran away from the battlefield. That's why his name is Ranchod Das also. Now you may see that Lord Krishna, he is a god, how can he get defeated? But this is what exactly Lord himself is saying. Experience all colors of this life, then be it victory or defeat. There is no ego for Krishna also, no insistence that he should win all the time. And we keep insisting that no, I should be successful at all times. Even Lord Krishna did not do that. He enjoyed every moment to the hilt. He did whatsoever was appropriate at that moment. No attachment, no fear, no anger, no desire for any fruits of action, and living in the present moment. This is the message of Lord Krishna. Then whatsoever that is required, that is appropriate, happens in that moment. So leave the moment, not in the past or in the future. Leave the present. All those appropriate actions happen through me, but I remain the non-doer. That is what Lord Krishna is expecting us to do. Next shloka. King karma kima karmeti kavayo petra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshami yajnatva mokshase shubhat. King karma kima karmeti kavayo petra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshami yajnatva mokshase shubhat. Kim means what is? Karma, action, akarma. Akarma is not inaction. What is akarma? We'll discuss it. Mohit is getting attracted, bewildered. Prakshami, I will explain. Jnatva, knowing. Mokshase, ashubhat. Mokshase, getting liberated. Ashubhat is from the misfortune. What misfortune? According to Geeta, the bondage of birth and death cycle is the misfortune. So this is ashubhat. So even wise get bewildered in determining what is karma and what is akarma. Thus, I shall explain to you, Pravakshami, and knowing this, you will be liberated from all the worldly bondage. Even the intelligent people don't understand it correctly. They get confused about what is karma and what is akarma. Now I will explain to you what is karma and what is akarma. And knowing this, you will get liberated from this worldly bondage. This is what Lord Krishna says. Now, what is karma and what is akarma? We'll come to that in the next slok also. So let us go to slok number 17. Karmano yapi bodhavyam bodhavyam yapi karmanaha akarmanashcha bodhavyam gahana karmano gatihi. Karmana of the work, bodhavyam should understand, vikarmanaha. Vikarmanaha is the nishiddha karma, the forbidden work, forbidden action. Akarmanaha, we'll see akarmanaha. Bodhavyam should understand, gati. Gati is the way. So Lord says the intricacies of action. The intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what is action, what is karma, what is akarma, and what is vikarma. What is karma, what is akarma, and what is vikarma. So now is the time to understand clearly the difference between the three. So what is karma? At the point, does the karma transform into akarma? At what point the karma becomes vikarma? The Lord says, even the intelligent people don't understand it properly. You should understand it now. So let us discuss what is karma. Karma is all the sakam karma that we do, expecting some return reward, but all good work. We do sadhana of Paramatma, expecting that we'll get attained Svargaloka. Okay, it is also karma. Following the rules of Vedas, following our prescribed duty with expectation of return and reward is also karma. Then what is akarma? Akarma is not inaction. The word may sound as if akarma means not doing anything, sitting idle, sitting on the sofa and watching TV. That is not akarma. Akarma is doing your prescribed duty without expectation of return and reward. That is akarma. The karmas which do not entangle, put bondage on you is akarma. Other karma, they put you under bondage. However sattvic the karmas may be, but this akarma is the skill of performing your prescribed duties with no bondage of the karmas that you perform. So akarma is also karma, but it does not create any bondage, entanglement on you. It is like walking in the mud, but without getting mud on your body. How to do it? Put a raincoat. Wear gumboots. Gumboot of nishkam karma. Gumboot and the raincoat of nishkam karma. Wear that. Natar me phale spraha. Wear that raincoat and walk through the mud. Mud will not cling on your body. So that is akarma. Walking through the mud, but mud should not get on you. And what is vikarma? Vikarma is all nishiddha karma, which are prohibited, like insulting your parents. Is a vikarma. So all such things which are forbidden in our culture are vikarma. And everything that we do day to day, our activities, all are karmas, but something that we do without expectation of return reward, skillfully we manage it such a way that we don't get bondage, entangled, whether it is sattvic karma, rajasic karma, or tamasic karma. At times we do rajasic karma also, but how skillfully we do it, that shows whether we get bondage or not. So this is karma, akarma, and vikarma. Now 18 sloka. Let us see 18 sloka. Karmanya karmaya pashet akarmani cha karmaya sabuddhiman manusheshu sayukta krishna karma krut. So karmano, karmani is action. Akarma is what we have discussed just now. Pashet means to observe, to experience, to see. Akarmani, that we have seen already. Karma is all sakam karma, wherein we expect some return reward. Buddhiman, intelligent of course. Manusheshu, in the human society. Krishnam karma krut, although engaged in all action. Krishnam is not Krishna. Krishnam is complete, entirely complete. So Lord says, he who sees inaction in action. That means one who sees akarma in karma. The English language may mislead you if I say inaction. Inaction does not mean sitting idle. Akarma is the right word. Inaction is a wrong word. It is a wrong translation of akarma. So akarma, seeing one who sees akarma in karma. That means he sees non-bondaging, non-entanglement in his karma, and action in inaction. And karma in akarma is a wise, intelligent person. He is the yogi and he performs all his duties. So the one who sees akarma, non-doership in all karmas. When you are performing karmas with the feeling of non-doership, and who sees karma in the ignorant person's renunciation of activities, he is the wise among the men. Such a yogi is perfect, performing all karmas, all functions properly. Now this may be slightly confusing. What does it exactly mean? So what the Lord is stating is that one who performs his actions with a non-doer attitude, despite such a person performing all kinds of actions, he always remains the non-doer. He does, but in essence, he does not. He does, but in essence, he does not. On the contrary, the ignorant people, one who sees himself as the doer, even if he does not do anything, he remains the doer. So this is all the thing, that what kind of sentiment you have behind performing the karma. If a person who is afraid of the law of karma was to decide to stop doing actions, then this very act of relinquishing everything, not doing anything, in effect is a karma. Not doing anything is also karma. Sitting idle is also a karma. On the other hand, the one who sees himself as the non-doer, despite doing all actions, he is free from the bondage of the fruits of actions, be it merit or demerit, whatever. Karma means actions. Karma means work. But let us know that akarma does not mean inactions, does not mean sitting idle, as we discussed. Let us understand it very, very clearly, no confusion about it. Akarma is not opposite of karma, and hence it does not mean being inactive. Akarma means being the non-doer. When you do karma with the feeling of non-doer, that becomes akarma. Some people may think that a monk, a sadhu, who does not do any action, or he just sit in one place. But how long can one sit in one place? Won't he have to get up to arrange food for himself when he goes hungry? Yes, he will have to. Even if he gets up and seeks to go for his bhiksha, his alms, that too is a karma. Moreover, if he continues, he consumes that food given to him by someone who lives unethically, immorally, that monk, the sannyasi, will have to bear and share the consequences of that too. See, what you eat, this is one point which I think we should discuss. What you eat, with what sentiment the food was cooked, affects your mind. Furthermore, how the food was procured, ethically or unethically. You have to share the consequences of that too. Therefore, yogis, they always caution their disciples to be careful harboring any desire for the offering people make to the yogis, to the swamis. This is because you don't know what sentiments lurking behind the person's offering to you. And if you accept that object, then in effect, you will have to also accept the sentiments with which that particular thing was given to you. So this is one law which we should remember. So whatever costly gift one may give it to you, think whether to accept it or not. Because when you accept it, you have to accept and face the consequences of sentiments that are coming with it. When the ego creeps in, when the sense of I am doing this is there, then a lot of things happen even if you don't actually do it. Even if you don't actually do it, it does happen. On the contrary, when you act in the state of being a non-doer, then you remain the non-doer despite doing all sorts of things. Sant Kabir used to say, I have never done anything. And whatsoever that has occurred, the Lord has made it happen. I slept when He made me sleep. I ate when He made me eat. I spoke when He wanted me to speak. I have not done anything. When this body is not mine, when I have no control over this body, do we have control? Can we stop our breath for 5 minutes? No, we have no control. So how can I say that I am the doer? And of what the doer you are? Disassociated this notion and take this concept of I and mine away from the body. Then whatsoever action will happen, that will be a karma. Don't accept the role of doership. Then whatever karma you are doing, there will be a karma making you free from the bondage. And Krishna is saying, my life is a life of a karma. I have never expected anything in my life. I am not the doer also. We saw the example of mirror also. So despite doing all actions, I am a non-doer. So all my karmas are a karma. We follow the same principle. He is expecting us to do following the same principle that he has done in his life. If you look at his life, Krishna's life, he performed diverse, innumerable actions. He did not sit in some isolated cave. Neither did he sit on a throne, basking in some adulation of being God. I am God, come and worship me. Never did that. He worked throughout his life, but he worked with the role of non-doership. So all his karmas were a karma, wherein he did not get entangled because of his karma. All sorts of karmas that he did. There is a long list of karmas that he did, like from grazing and playing in the Vrindavana, cows and forest, and all sorts of things what he did up to this fight of Mahabharata. He did innumerable karmas. But every karma he says, I don't do anything. I am not the doer. So this is the beauty. Okay, we go to next sloka now. Yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjitaha jnanagnidagda karmanam tamahu panditam buddhaha. Paramatma says, the one whose endeavor is devoid of desire for the results. Yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjitaha. Varjita is devoid. Who has no inclination for the result-oriented action. No sankalpa. Who has burnt all his desires of fruits of action in the fire of pure knowledge. Jnanagnidagda karmanam. Such a person is known as Pandit, a man of intelligence, a man of perfection. Now the Lord says the Jnani has no desire for the fruits of action, karma phala. And his actions occur through without any sankalpa. Now this is interesting. There is no desire for any specific result, no sankalpa in the mind, and yet actions happen through a Jnani. This is very difficult for us to grasp because it is not possible in our normal human being's life that we do not have anything in mind and still we work. Whatever actions we perform, there is always a hidden desire behind it. There is a sankalpa behind it. So to succeed and be free of any fear of failure and defeat, you have to be free of your sankalpa and desire. We first need to understand that the consequence of events bearing the occurrence of any action, how the actions happen through us, through our sanskar. The deep impressions in our subconscious is sanskar, which we carry from life to life, from previous life to this life, added the sanskars that we have accumulated in this life. And these sanskars, they lead to the surge of vasanas, innate tendencies. And these emerge as desires in the conscious mind. And these desires then lead to the inception of sankalpa in our mind. And these sankalpa finally translate into action. So everything gets originated from our sanskars. Your actions are prompted by your desires. You act for the fulfillment of one or more of your desires. Thus, you are always planning, focused on the result, on the fruit of action. On the contrary, the Jnani has no vasanas, has no desires for fruits of action and no sankalpa. Kama sankalpa varjitaha. Hence, nishkam karma. That means actions not pointed on the results. They happen through the Jnani. He takes life as a flow, a stream. Lord says everything is happening as per the Prakriti, as per the gunas of Prakriti, Sat Parjatamo. So who are you to do anything? Prakriti is getting it done from you. Whatsoever that is scheduled to happen will happen. You can only be a witness of all that occurs around you. Thus, the Jnani allows actions to occur without harboring any desire for the result. In fact, this shloka uses the word varjitaha, prohibited. It means it is prohibited to have any desire for the result or the fruits of action. While we, on the other hand, first calculate what we are going to gain out of this action, and then only we'll take the action. See, people come to listen to Geeta and then they say, what will I gain by listening Geeta? So what can we reply to such people who say, what will I gain by listening to Geeta? So we should say that you will not get anything. It is just a mind play. I will talk, you listen. And then whatever thoughts come to your mind, you think on those. That is a play. This is what you will gain at the most. See, the game of cricket, what we see these days, IPL and all that is going on TV, people get mad about it. Cricket is a game wherein people have, they don't play it as a game anymore nowadays. If the team loses, Team India loses, then the people have to come back to India in the dark night, avoiding their fans. They'll be stoned otherwise. That is the game of cricket nowadays. Huge money involved and a lot of prestige involved. Game should be played like a game. Similarly, life is a game. We should play life like a game only. It should be played in the spirit of a light-hearted sport, a jovial game as a divine Leela of Paramatma. Don't take everything attached to. Don't get attached to everything in your life. Play it as a game. See, this cannot be a sport if you take attachment so deeply that you start hitting your own idol. Some Virat Kohli or Sachin Tendulkar, if he fails in some test, you become his enemy. And when he scores a century, you become his biggest fan. This kind of thing is not acceptable in Adhyatma. This is a life. You have to live life without any attachment, without any attachment and aversions. So this is what Lord is saying in these shlokas. We quickly go to 20th shloka. Tyaktva karma phala sangan nitya trupto nirashrayah karmanyabhi pravruttaupi naiva kinchit karoti saha. Tyaktva. Tyaktva means to give up, abandon, relinquish. Karma phala sangam. Sangam is asakti, attachment to karma phala, attachment to return reward. Karma phala sangam. Nitya, always. Trupta, being satisfied. Nirashraya, without any shelter. Abhivritta, to get fully engaged. Kinchit, anything. Karoti, to do. So Lord says that abandoning all attachment to the results of his activities, karma. You abandon all your attachment to the karma phala. And one who is always satisfied within himself, not with the outside world, but satisfied within himself and independent, he does not perform any sakam karma or fruity action, although he is engaged in performing all sorts of actions. The Lord says, abandoning all attachments to the fruits of action and ever content and dependent on nothing, such a person, despite being engaged in actions, such a man of perfection, in essence, he does not do anything at all. He is not a doer, he is a non-doer, and he has no sight on the karma phala. So how can he get entangled in anything? So Jnani performs all actions, but he is not dependent on the world for anything, and he is blissfully content in his own self. He finds satisfaction within himself without any outside instrument to satisfy him. So only such a person can be the non-doer of action and thus the non-bearer of its consequences. If you are a non-doer, you will be non-bearer of the consequences. Only the one who is not content in his real self will keep on seeking the love, admiration, acknowledgement from others. He will look for satisfaction if he gets rewarded, he gets appreciated from others. But a Jnani, he doesn't depend on others to get satisfied within himself. And there is one dialogue that one always utters in some or the other point of his life: no one loves me. This is a dialogue you will hear almost from everyone, some point or the other in the life. No one loves me. You tend to easily forget all moments of pleasures and happiness which you have experienced in your life so far with others, be it happy occasions, celebrating somebody's birthday or marriage or family functions or success in exams or whatever. But you do probably get locked up in your memory banks which are painful to you and unpleasant events. And then you keep saying, no one loves me. Krishna says that the one who keeps on harping this, who keeps on repeating this dialogue, is definitely not a Jnani. One who says, no one loves me is not a Jnani. The Jnani knows that he belongs to no one and no one belongs to him. And such a person who is not dependent on anyone or anything for his self-satisfaction, satisfaction within himself, who is content with his self, does everything and yet does not do anything. So let us live like a Jnani. Lord says, relinquishing and clinging to the fruits of action, irrespective of what the actions are. Relinquish, give it up. Don't keep calculating what you will get out of doing this particular action. Leave that habit. Doing good, helping others, coming to someone's help, looking after someone are good deeds indeed. But these all get nullified if you expect something back. Even if it is an acknowledgement you expect, then all your good actions get nullified. Don't expect a thank you also. Any expectation will nullify your good actions. Furthermore, even if a Shishya, a disciple, should not serve his master, his Swamiji, with the desire of getting some fruits from the Swamiji. He should be grateful for the opportunity to be able to do service for his Swamiji, enjoy being in that service. Nor should a Guru also have any expectation from his disciple, from his Shishya. A Guru should teach because he enjoys teaching, and a disciple should learn because he enjoys learning. That is what God is expecting. Don't take doership and don't expect any karma phala. Thus both enjoy the game, the play of enacting the role of a Guru and a disciple. This is the way Paramatma is expecting us to live our life. There is too much to talk about these shlokas, but I think we should stop here now. And now the forum is open for all your questions. Thank you so very much for listening to me. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, Vaidya. That was an enlightening session, and you dealt in detail with regard to our karma, that is action. Now, we will be seeing more of this in coming sessions. Now, it's time for question and answers. I request those who want to ask questions to raise their hands and switch on their cameras and wait for their turn. Please make the questions precise so that more questions can be taken. Yeah. So,
Yeah, please go ahead.
Jai Shri Krishna, Bhaiya.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Bhaiya, I had a query with regard to supposing that you have worked hard and on some social activity, like you have given time to it, and then things do take shape. And after a while, you know, so some bondage gets created, you know, that we have given so much of time, and so how to come out of that?
See, before you start the work, you start with this intimate, this intent only, that you are doing it for self-satisfaction, not for getting something out of it. The moment you get attached to the result of your karma, that I should get something out of it, then whether it is fame, name, respect, whatever, any expectation of the work that you are doing, social activity, particularly in social activities, what we expect is if I am talking to 10 people and I am doing something beneficial for them, they should at least acknowledge that, yes, I am good for them. I am doing something for them. They are not even acknowledging that. So that kind of thing hurts us many times. That I am doing so good for them and they are not even thanking me. Forget about thanking. They are not even giving a poor smile or a small smile or giving any kind of acknowledgement that, yes, I am being of service to them. So this is what this Adhyaya is teaching us, that we should take the role of non-doership. Things are happening to us. Paramatma has chosen us to get those things done from us. That's all. We should thank only the God that he has chosen you for getting that social activity done from you. Rest everything you should forget, that you are the doer. The moment you leave this doership, then all this dissatisfaction, so as to say, which may come, will disappear. The moment you are a non-doer, the moment you say that it is only God who got it done from me, I am a non-doer, God is the doer, I am a non-doer. So when you are a non-doer, then why should you be worried about it? You have not done anything. God has got it done from you.
Sir, so when you start, like when you take up such thing, like it's not necessary that you are perfect at that time.
Yes.
That means so one thing is there, that even if you are not perfect, you should not stop trying. Like you should not say that, okay, I'm not perfect, but then so I give up. So supposing if somebody takes up in this manner, and so I was just talking to someone, and the lady said that, okay, it is like you do or somebody else do, like air gets filled. Like if you leave, somebody else will fill the air. It's as simple as that. But then still, that you see the journey, how much time it has taken. You have seen the thing blossoming, and you are prepared for leaving it, but then some thread is there which it's like your baby, so is.
I fully understand your point, that it is difficult to get separated from something which you have erected on your own. You have great efforts you have put in, and you have come it blossoming, as you rightly said. When it is blossoming and someone asks you to, okay, now you have done your job, now somebody else will take over. That hurts us. Definitely, it hurts us. But as I said, you should get satisfaction out of this only, that I have brought it to a shape that someone can start from this point onwards. He doesn't have to start from zero. I have built the building. He has to only raise the floors. I have created the structure. So this kind of feeling can give you internal satisfaction as well. But more than that, you should not expect that somebody will reward you or somebody will respect you, that yes, you have done a great job. Leave it at that. You have been acknowledged that yes, you have come to a stage where somebody else can take over from you. That means you have brought things to some shape. That's not less achievement.
No, sir, it's like not a matter of getting any reward, but it's like maybe I will. It is like supposing if somebody has been in a position of who has been in a position of a project manager or a director, and time has come to take the retirement, and then you want that, okay, I continue as a chairman. I want to see that it goes well and it doesn't get like the theme doesn't get diluted like that.
See, I don't know in what context this particular personal thing you are discussing, but as a general principle, I'm just suggesting that we should do any work with this sentiment only, that God has chosen me to get it done from me and I am doing it as per his instructions. Now, if somebody else is coming in your place, you should take that also as the wish of God. That is God willing now, he wants to give this job to someone else. So I'm getting away from that. Don't take
Ji
it
bhaiya.
too much to the heart. The more you take it to the heart, the more you will get disturbed.
Ji
So
bhaiya.
such things are to be lived with. You have to
Ji
live with
bhaiya.
such things. Yeah.
Ji bhaiya.
Yeah.
Thank you, bhaiya.
Thank you. Any other question?
Jai Shri
Jai Shri Krishna.
Get to
I had a question regarding mumukshas.
Yes.
The 15th shloka says mumukshubhi. So mumukshas, as you said, are persons who desire moksha.
Yeah, right.
And all we have been thinking about it is we should not desire, because desire is kamna. So kamna and mumuksha, they are two things.
Yes.
What is the distinction?
Distinction. Yes. Kamana generally is related to the material world. When you are talking of mumuksha, it is a sattvic desire. You want to get one with Paramatma. And getting one with Paramatma is not a kamana.
Okay.
It's a good desire.
Okay, so that is not what kamana represents.
Yeah. Kamana is something which entangles you, something which keeps you busy in the material world,
Okay.
which keeps you in your sort of sense gratification, or gets you attached to your respect, your success. But moksha has nothing to do with all this. Moksha has nothing to do with success, failure, loss, profit, sukha, dukkha. Moksha is entirely at a different level altogether. So to aspire for moksha is not a kamana. To aspire that I become one with Paramatma is not a kamana. It's a sattvic desire. And Paramatma never discourages that kind of desire, that you become one with me. In fact, he encourages that. So that's the difference.
And I am slightly confused in shloka 18.
Yeah.
Which is, we should one should see karma in akarma. So that is fine. Whatever karma I am doing, I should stop looking at it in terms of
Doership.
attachment through doership. I'm not the doer. I'm just the medium through which Lord is getting His work done.
It's happening through me. Yeah, it's happening through me.
So, but the next idea here is those who see akarm in karma. This is contradictory.
Yeah.
But it appears contradictory, but it is not so. So I need a little elaboration here.
Yeah. See, it's like this. The way he performs his karma, his style of performing karma itself is performing a karma. So that a karma itself is a karma for him. Traditionally,
how is this possible?
that means he has been groomed now to keep away from the doership. Whatever karma he does it as a non-doer only. And that has become his style of doing the karma, which other people may think he is doing a karma. Actually, in his own way, he is doing a karma. So his style of performing karma is actually a style of performing a karma. And that is the way he is living now. All karma that he does it as a karma only.
Okay, so for the person who is enlightened, everything is akarma, but those who see that
they may think that he is doing karma.
They may think that he is doing karma.
Yeah, he is doing karma, but he internally within his own mind he is doing a karma only.
Okay, and sir, you have mentioned an example where you gave "no one loves me."
Yeah,
so that is a fallacious idea. So can you elaborate that a little further?
See, that is because we have this kind of dissatisfaction most of the time in our mind. Many times, not most of the time, but many times in our mind, that no one loves me. So Paramatma says, you are no one else, and no one else is yours. You are a Jivatma who was there with a fragment of Paramatma. So why do you look at others? You look for satisfaction within yourselves. Why do you look at the other people to say, I love you, and then you get satisfied within yourself? You can, without someone saying that I love you, you can find satisfaction within yourselves. Why do you depend on others? You are a fragment of me. You are Paramatma himself. Why do you look at others to say I love you? So small things should not disturb you.
So we should be looking for the divine love rather than the superficial.
Than any personal love. Divine love is yes.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Ramana Di, Raman,
Sir.
Ramana Didi.
Sir, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, Sloka 16.
Yeah.
King karma kema karmeti kavayopyatra mohita. Kavayopyatra, that meaning you want, sir?
Kavaya means the knowledgeable people, Vidwan. King
Okay.
karma. What is to call karma? See, for example, even the person may be very intelligent, very Vidwan. And one person he sees, he's performing a sattvic puja of a goddess. He's performing puja of a goddess. So this Vidwan, Kavaya means Vidwan, a knowledgeable person, intelligent person. He thinks that he is doing a sattvic karma, right? But if the intention behind doing that karma of performing puja of that goddess, if the desire behind performing that karma in that fellow's mind is that my business partner should get wiped out, he should go bankrupt, and I should take over entire thing. And that is the kamana with which I am doing this devotional service to you. Then outwardly it is looking as a sattvic karma, as a karma, he is doing a good thing, but actually it is a tamasic karma. Because to wish somebody else's loss of property or loss of life, whatever, is a tamasic karma. So a person looking from outward, he cannot understand whether he is doing karma, akarma, vikarma. In fact, it is a vikarma. To wish something bad
No.
and doing it, it is a vikarma. It is a nishiddha karma, prohibited work. But a person watching it, he may think that no, he is doing a very good job. So it is very difficult to find whether somebody is doing karma or akarma or vikarma. It all depends the sentiments which are attached to that karma.
Okay, sir. But this in grammar wise, how do you split that word? Kavayo. How do you split that kavayo atra?
Kavayo api atra. Atra means here in this case. Api means even. Kavaya means intelligent people also. So in this case, even the intelligent people get confused.
Okay. Atra means others. Can you say atra is others?
Atra means here in this matter.
In this matter. Oh, okay.
Atra here. They also get mohitaha. They also get bewildered. They also get confused. Kavaya api
Kavaya
atra.
plus api plus atra.
Yeah. Kavaya plus api plus atra. Kavayo petra. So
Similarly,
even intelligent people get confused here in this matter.
Okay. So in the second line, last moksha se subhat. Same.
The
There
avagram
also,
is that moksha
how
se
the word is
shubham.
split?
That avagram is a. Every avagram is a. Moksha is to get rid of.
Moksha se subhat. Actually, it should be asubhat, no?
So
how do you split that sentence word? Moksha se subhat. It is a single word.
Plus ashubhat. Moksha plus ashubhat. Avagraha, that S sort of sign has come, no? That indicates avagraha. Avagram is a.
Okay. Moksha plus asubhat. Moksha plus asubhat.
Okay. We prolong that moksha se. Say we prolong it. We make it a long one. Moksha se shubhat. Moksha se shubhat. Then it becomes ashubhat. When you prolong that say, then it becomes ashubhat. So it gives you, it gets you rid of ashubh thing. Ashubh means the cycle of birth and death is ashubh.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Any other questions?
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to know this, whether the doer of the bad karma can be non-doer. If he says that I am doing bad karma and all I'm offering to the God, then?
See, when he is doing bad karma, that means he has some bad intention with him. So even if he is doing, everybody will say otherwise. People will commit a murder and say, I am a non-doer. I have not done it. But merely saying it doesn't help. It has to come from within you. While performing, while executing that action, it has to happen. Otherwise, any criminal will say that I have not done it. I am a non-doer. Like we see in the court cases also, every criminal says, Maine nahi kiya. I have not done it. That is not the meaning of non-doer. Non-doer is internally within his own mind when he's performing that action, he has that sentiment in his mind that I am not doing, it is the God, it is the Prakriti, Sattva, Rajotamo, these three gunas of Prakriti are getting it done. They are using my body, my indriyas, my intellect, but I am a non-doer. So that kind of thing has to happen. And you should start looking at your action as a witness. If that happens in all cases, then yes. But if it happens only if somebody commits a crime and then he says, "Oh, I have not done it," then it doesn't fit in there. It doesn't fit in there. It is only when you are thinking within your own mind before executing that particular work that I am not doing it, I am a non-doer, and that has to become your style of working. Then only this non-doership will come. Otherwise, selectively, if you say this I'm not doing, that I'm doing, that selectiveness doesn't work.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Uma Didi.
Namaste, Vaidya.
Okay.
I want to see the relationship between karma, akarma, and vikarma. How can you relate these three?
Yeah, that's why I said just now as an example that suppose you are performing puja. Upwardly, you are doing a sattvic karma, good karma. You are doing that puja with some kind of expectation in your mind that by performing puja, I will get so much thing in my favor. Somebody will respect me, somebody will reward me, or at least the God will acknowledge my service and he will be happy with me. Even that expectation is a sakam karma. So then it is a karma. When you are doing the same thing, you go to the temple, you only fold your hands in front of God and don't ask for anything. Just smile at the God's idol which is there and come back without asking anything. A karma. Doing karma without any expectation, without any sense of doership, every karma becomes a karma. And when you use your mind, body, intellect for abusing people or for insulting people or for harming them, then that is a vikarma. That is a nishadha, prohibited karma.
Harming someone else.
Yeah, harming or causing some kind of damage, mentally, physically, verbally, anyway. Sharira Vangmano Bhiryat. In 18th Adhyaya there is slok. Whatever kriya you do through your body, through your vak, through your vani, and through your mind are all karmas according to Geeta. So mentally also, if you think bad about somebody, then that is also a vikarma.
Vikarma.
Yeah, that is also a vikarma. To wish bad for somebody, it is a vikarma.
If we get hurt by someone, what can be done?
You get hurt by someone?
If suppose through words or through deeds, through some karma, or from actions, if we feel bad about, they feel bad about us and we feel about them.
It is because of your karma they are feeling bad, or because of their karma you are feeling bad?
Their actions.
Their actions have caused you some kind of problem.
Bad to us.
Bad to us. Okay. So then, see, whosoever is doing it bad to you, he has to face the consequences of his own work, of his own karma. No one gets unpunished for any of the karma that he does. We don't have the right to punish him. The God will take care of it. You don't get involved into it. If you go out of it, then you are more happy rather than getting entangled with him and taking a fight with him. It will further inflate the things. And that is not in our interest as well. So to leave the things at that is the best policy. Unless it is some kind of professional life in which it is happening. Suppose it is happening in your career or where it is happening in your job somewhere, then okay. Then according to the office rules, whatever within your rights, that rightful action you must take. But in day-to-day material life, if somebody is talking bad about you, hurting you, you have to ignore it and leave it at that.
Yes. Thank you, Vaidya.
Okay.
Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Bhavani Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna Bhaiya. Vikas Bhaiya, now the thing is, if you try to be very nice and sweet with the person,
Yeah.
but inside the heart of a heart or inside your mind, you think bad about it. So your karma, the work, what you are doing is good, but actually you're thinking bad about it. So it will be definitely a karma, isn't it? I mean, it will be a
Vikarma.
vikarma, isn't it? Although
Yeah.
you're very sweet with the person, you do everything nice, but you
Yeah.
think bad about that person. So that will be as an vikarma, right?
Right, right, right.
Yeah. And other thing is, as when you are in a position of authority, or
Yeah.
as a parent, when you're telling something, or you're taking an action for discipline of your company, of your house, of whatever, and then you try to do in the right sense as a vikarma, like you are angry with them, this is a tamsa thing, but your intention is right. So then what it happens? I mean, there are two contradictory things. Whatever you think it,
Yeah.
and you're doing bad. Otherwise, your will, or your it's a good will, but you have to take the action to keep the discipline.
Yeah.
Then what is it?
You see, I get your point. As we discussed in today's discussion also, even Lord Krishna killed so many demons. He killed his own cousin,
yes.
Shivapal. So that was a vikarma per se. Per se, it was vikarma. But when you do it with the detachment, with no anger, with no desire, then it doesn't bind you. So when you are taking, as in your office, suppose you are scolding somebody for the mistake that he has done, so long as that sentiment remains outside and it doesn't enter your own antakaran, it is okay. Outwardly, you have to behave as other people behave. The problem happens when we take that sentiment within us and then it starts disturbing us. So that outside thing we should keep outside. Internally, we should not bring them. That is what is expected.
So whatever you're seeing outside world, if somebody is doing bad or somebody is doing good, so you cannot judge the person because you don't know what are their intentions. Am I right?
Right. What are their intentions? But at times, if you have to be angry with somebody, you be angry. But that anger should be outside anger, not inside. If you bring that anger within you, then you are getting entangled. Then that is becoming a karma. Vikarma. But if you are doing it outwardly only, then it's
Because
okay.
as rightly you had said previously, you have to do your prescribed duty. So
Yes,
as
yes.
a parent, as a in charge or whoever, you have to do the prescribed duty. You have to do keep the things discipline on. So
Yes.
you have to be angry when somebody is doing the wrong thing.
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes, yes. But that anger should not be coming inside you. That anger should be with the purpose of disciplining that person. Not it should come within your heart.
Thank you very
Otherwise,
much.
your tendency becomes angry. Your tendency becomes angry. Any such situation happens, and again that angry feeling comes out of you. Once that anger feeling is hidden in you, it can prop up anytime. So it should not get in you. It should not prop up so that.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See, the thing is, we should live in present. That is the teaching of Lord Krishna. Live in present. Lord Krishna lived in present in Vrindavana. After he left Vrindavana, he never went back to Vrindavana. He loved Radha, but after he left, he never came back to Radha again. He was living in the present only. We should also learn that we should live in present. In present time, if somebody has done something wrong, fire him, get angry with him, and then forget about it. Don't take it, don't carry it forward. Okay, any other questions?
No question, Bhaiya.
Okay, so thank you so very much. Jai Shri Krishna to all.
Yeah. So I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Vikas Vaidya ji for clearing the doubts of our sadhakas. May I request all our sadhakas to do some seva in Geeta Parivar so that whatever we take, we have to give to the society, give back to the society also. So that's a request. Now, on behalf of Geeta Parivar and myself, I extend sincere thanks to the technical team consisting of Tanushri Mehta ji and Deepak Gupta ji and all those who have been at the backstage for their relentless and efficient efforts in making the session a great success. May I take this opportunity to thank all those who have attended this session. Please do continue your Geeta sadhana and attend these sessions to enrich your spiritual knowledge. Now, it's time for Samapan Prarthana, and today Samapan Prarthana is going to be recited by Anubha Bhargava ji from Mumbai. She's a yoga teacher and fitness coach. She loves to do seva and learning new things. Joined Geeta Parivar in August 2021 and is doing seva as technical assistant. Let's invoke the blessings of Bhagavan Krishna. Anubha Didi, please.
Thank you, Mala Didi. Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Vajapriyam Dharma Sanstapakam Veeram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, Didi, for that melodious prayer. Please be present for Hanuman Chalisa. I request everyone to be present for the Hanuman Chalisa. Let us do our little bit to fulfill the aim of Shatakoti Hanuman Chalisa to spread positivity and Hanuman Bhakti. Hope you all have downloaded Ram Pratishtha app. If not, please download from Play Store and enter the counts of Hanuman Chalisa you have recited so far, and daily you can update it. You can hear the Chalisa from the video or audio in the app, and the app would update the count automatically. You just need to click OK. The recital can be put in a loop so that it plays until you stop it. May our week ahead be brighter and more beautiful. We shall see you back on another enlightening session next week. Till then, Jai Shri Krishna.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है, पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरना, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।